not hinder Pertamina's production and distribution. Good evening, viewers. Market Headlines is ready to provide you information from business, economic, and capital market sector. And as the pandemic is still ongoing, we will provide you the latest COVID-19 information. Please stay safe by taking some simple precautions such as physical distancing, wearing a mask, avoiding crowds, cleaning your hands, and having less mobility. And with me, Fajar Wayong, this is Market Headlines. Let's open up market headline. President Joko Widodo inaugurated the Pertamina Mandalika International Circuit in Lombok, West Nusa Tenggara Province. The president believes that the presence of Mandalika Circuit will have an impact on West Nusa Tenggara economic growth.
President Joko Widodo inaugurated the Pertamina Mandalika International Street Circuit in Central Lombok District, West Nusa Tenggara Province on Friday. In his speech, the president stated that 4.3-kilometer circuit with 17 turns will host two international racing events of World Superbike on November 2021 and MotoGP in March 2022. In addition, Jokowi inaugurated the 17.3 kilometers long and 50 meters wide Lombok International Airport Mandalika Bypass Road.
Event-event kelas dunia di kawasan Mandalika ini seperti yang sebentar lagi akan diselenggarakan, yaitu World Superbike 2021 dan dilanjutkan nantinya di bulan Maret 2022 dengan MotoGP.
Ya, kita harapkan muncul titik pertumbuhan ekonomi baru di NTB. Saya kira ini sebuah perhelatan besar yang setiap tahun terus akan diadakan di sirkuit Mandalika dan itu dipastikan akan memberikan dampak pertumbuhan ekonomi di provinsi NTB.
During the inaugurations, the president was accompanied by several ministers, including State-Owned Enterprises Minister, Investment Minister, and Trade Minister. IDX Channel reports.
Since wage determination is one of the national strategic programs, the Ministry of Manpower ensures that the process of determining the minimum wage for 2022 is being carried out.
The Director General of Industrial Relations and Labor Social Security of the Ministry of Manpower, Indah Anggoro Putri, has said the ministry is currently discussing the process of determining the 2022 minimum wage. The government's regulation number 36 of 2021 concerning wage mandates that the minimum wage setting policy is one of the national strategic programs. The minimum wage is intended to protect workers or laborers with less than 1 year working period from receiving low wages. The minimum wage policy is intended as an instrument for alleviating poverty and boosting Indonesia's economy. The minimum wage stipulated in government regulation number 36 of 2021 is based on region, namely the provincial minimum wage and the district or city minimum wage. IDX Channel reports.
The rapid pace of development of the digital economy brings risk to a number of sectors. The Governor of Bank Indonesia said that this risk must be anticipated in order to continue to optimize the contribution of the digital economy. Governor of Bank Indonesia, Peri Warjio, said a number of risks that must be watched out for, such as data protection, cyber attacks, and even illegal online loans must also be addressed together. Perry said that risk mitigation is very necessary so that the benefits of digitalization are not eroded by the risks that may occur.
Digitalisasi juga ada sejumlah risiko. Shadow banking, pelindungan data pribadi, serangan cyber, atau bahkan yang sekarang meresahkan masyarakat adalah pinjaman online ilegal. Yang tentu saja risiko-risiko ini harus kita mitigasi agar terus kita bisa meningkatkan manfaat dari digitalisasi.
And moving on to global update, Austria is placing unvaccinated people in lockdown amid record infection levels. Meanwhile, Volvo Cars is considering building a third plant in Europe in order to boost its production capacity. And more stories on today's International Minute. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said on Saturday the climate deal struck at the COP26 conference in Glasgow was a big step forward, and he hoped it would mark the beginning of the end of climate change. He also said that there is still a huge amount more to do in the coming years. Critically, he admitted that the agreement is the first ever to phase down coal and a roadmap to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees. Volvo Cars is considering building a third plant in Europe in order to boost its production capacity beyond 1-2 million vehicles per year, a company spokesperson said on Sunday. German Autos publication reported that the company was planning on building another European plant by the middle of the decade to meet its production target of 1.2 million vehicles a year, quoting Volvo Cars CFO Bjorn Anwal. Austria is placing about 2 million unvaccinated people in lockdown from Monday amid record infection levels and growing pressures on hospitals. Unvaccinated people will only be able to leave home for a limited number of reasons, like working or buying food. About 60% of Austria's population is fully vaccinated, one of the lowest rates in Western Europe. Meanwhile, the 7-day infection rate is more than 800 cases per 1,100 people, one of the highest in Europe. Airbus is in talks with leasing company Airlease Corp for a potential order for dozens of jets that could include a proposed new A350 freighter, as well as large and small passengers models, industry sources said on Sunday. The composition and timing of the possible order could not immediately be confirmed. At the Dubai Air Show, Airbus declined to comment. Airlease could not immediately be reached. IDX Channel reports. Market headlines will be right back. Stay tuned with us.
Ingin menjalani kehidupan yang mapan dan masa depan yang sejahtera? Sikapi uang dengan bijak. Mulailah berinvestasi di pasar modal. Dengan membeli saham melalui Bursa Efek maupun perusahaan sekuritas, Anda dapat menikmati hasil keuntungan dari perusahaan-perusahaan besar yang tersedia. Pastikan Anda berinvestasi di perusahaan yang memiliki izin resmi, cerdas mengelola, masa depan sejahtera. Otoritas Jasa Keuangan, lembaga pengawas industri jasa keuangan yang terpercaya. Ingin menjalani kehidupan yang mapan dan masa depan yang sejahtera? Sikapi uang dengan bijak. Mulailah berinvestasi di pasar modal. Dengan membeli saham melalui Bursa Efek maupun perusahaan sekuritas, Anda dapat menikmati hasil keuntungan dari perusahaan-perusahaan besar yang tersedia. Pastikan Anda berinvestasi di perusahaan yang memiliki izin resmi, cerdas mengelola, masa depan sejahtera. Otoritas Jasa Keuangan, lembaga pengawas industri jasa keuangan yang terpercaya.
Datu membawakan program berita News Screen yang menghadirkan informasi seputar ekonomi maupun juga bisnis dari dalam negeri. Menyampaikan informasi terkini seputar ekonomi dan bisnis dari dalam negeri. Saksikan News Screen setiap Senin sampai dengan Jumat pukul 14.30 waktu Indonesia Barat hanya di IDX Channel.
Welcome back on Market Headlines. Pertamina emphasized that the fire incident in the Cilacap refinery area had no effect on fuel production at the refinery. Pertamina ensures that the distribution of fuel takes place as usual, both in Central Java and parts of West Java. Pertamina President Director Nike Widiawati emphasized that the fire incident that occurred in the Cilacap refinery area, Central Java, had no effect on fuel production at the refinery. Nike said Pertamina had checked the condition of fuel stocks in refinery tanks, pipelines, fuel oil terminals, as well as supplies at the public refueling station.
Dipastikan bahwa dengan terbakarnya satu tangki dari 228 tangki yang ada di Cilacap, kilang tetap beroperasi. Jadi tidak ada shutdown.
Dapat kami sampaikan bahwasanya stok BBM dan LPG nasional kita sangat baik. Premium saat ini berada di posisi 27 hari, pertama 15 hari, pertalite di atas 10 hari, solar 20 hari, aftur 35 hari, serta pertama turbo 50 hari dan LPG 12,7 hari.
Pertamina ensures that the distribution of fuel takes place as usual, both in Central Java and parts of West Java, which are the coverage areas of the Cilacap refinery. IDX Channel reports. The Central Statistic Agency recorded a trade balance surplus of $5.73 billion on a monthly basis in October 2021. This realization was higher than the surplus of $4.37 billion in September 2021 and October 2020, which recorded a surplus of $3.3 billion. In total, exports from January to October 2021 reached $186.32 billion, up 41.8% from $131.39 billion in January to October 2020. In detail, export performance was supported by oil and gas, reaching $1.03 billion, up 9.91% compared to the previous month. Meanwhile, non-oil and gas exports amounted to $21 billion, an increase of 6.75%.
Perdagangan kita di bulan Oktober 2021 ini tercatat surplus sebesar 5,73 miliar US dollar. Ya. Jadi neraca perdagangan barang Oktober 2021 ini ya tercatat surplus sebesar 5,73 miliar US dollar. Ya. Dan ini kalau kita lihat ya secara tren ya. Neraca perdagangan Indonesia ini ya telah membukukan surplus selama 18 bulan secara beruntun gitu ya. Dan kalau dilihat dari komoditas penyumbangnya, itu surplus terbesarnya adalah dari bahan bakar mineral atau HS27, kemudian lemak dan minyak hewan atau nabati untuk HS15, serta besi dan baja untuk HS72.
Jakarta Governor Anies Baswedan promoted Jakarta as an investment-friendly city, while at the same time opening up collaboration space for investors. Jakarta Governor Anies Baswedan promoted Jakarta as an investment-friendly city, while at the same time opening up collaboration space for investors in the 2021 Jakarta Investment Forum or JIF event, which was held virtually. JIF 2021 was initiated by the Jakarta Provincial Investment and One-Stop Service Office through the Jakarta Investment Center Management Unit in collaboration with the Jakarta Experience Board. This year, the event carries the theme Strengthening the Post-Pandemic Economy Through Collaboration and lasted for 2 days on 11 to 12 November 2021.
In the second quarter of 2021, Jakarta's economic growth increased to 10.9 year-on-year. Additionally, the total investment in Jakarta in the third quarter of 2021 has increased to 7.2% year-on-year. This signifies the recovery of our local economy and the economic indicators. All of that shows that yes, Jakarta is in fact ready for more business, ready for more investment, and the opportunity is widely open.
Anies Baswedan said that the purpose of holding the 2021 Jakarta Investment Forum is to open up more opportunities for Jakarta as a business and investment city. Anies' statement is in line with data and presentations delivered by the Coordinating Minister for Maritime Affairs and Investment, Luhut Binsar Panjaitan, and Bank Indonesia Senior Deputy Governor Destri Damayanti, who were also present at the discussion related to urban sustainability. IDX Channel reports. The Indonesian Tobacco Society Alliance stated that the government's plan to increase the excise tax on tobacco products next year will create new problems. The sustainability of the workforce in the tobacco products industry will be threatened if the cigarette excise tax increase in 2022 is implemented. Head of the Media Center Division of Indonesian Tobacco Society Alliance, Hananto Wibisono, asked the government to consider the economic condition of the people who are still in the recovery stage. Hananto said that the planned increase in excise duty in 2022 will also have an impact on hand-rolled Kretek cigarettes, which are labor-intensive and employ many female workers with basic education levels. The increase in excise tax will raise the price of cigarettes, which will result in a decrease in the number of requests. Manufacturers will also reduce productivity, which will result in a reduction in the workforce involved, especially the hand-rolled Kretek cigarette segment. Not only that, the decline in productivity also causes the demand for tobacco and clove supplies to decrease. This has the potential to reduce the welfare of tobacco and clove farmers. And stay with us, Market Headlines will be back with informations from the capital market.
Inspirasinya dari mana? Bisa yakin gitu untuk kita membentuk home care 24.
Karena satu panggilan jiwa ya, di Indonesia belum ada menggeluti dunia bisnis health tech.
Jangan cuma ngelihat langit, tapi juga ingat bahwa kaki kita tuh masih di tanah gitu. Jangan cuma lihat cuan, tapi ingat masih ada risiko kerugian.
Apa yang bisa pelajari dari rugi? Karena kan pasti ada momen di mana seorang investor itu dia rugi, portofolionya itu merah.
Nomor satu banget yang paling penting disadari oleh pemula yaitu manajemen resiko. Investasi itu bukan untuk memenuhi kebutuhan hidup, harus tetap kerja. Trading untuk membantu kita mencapai tujuan hidup.
Jadi PT Paragon itu kan memang masih sebuah private company, jadi
tetap ada responsibility, saya setuju tadi.
Mendevelop tim, ya kan, what can I help you, empower gitu kan, gimana supaya prosesnya lebih efektif,
lebih bisa berkembang lagi, punya.
Jadi sebenarnya Utama Spice ini apa sih dan kapan mulai didirikan?
Utama Spice itu bergerak di bidang produksi, khususnya untuk memproduksi perawatan kulit sama home goods yang 100% alami. Untuk berdirinya sih dimulai dari ibu saya tahun 1989. Niatnya tidak membuat perusahaan, tapi untuk hobinya sendiri karena dia sangat hobi dengan tanaman alami.
Anugerah CSR IDX Channel 2021 merupakan ajang bergengsi yang memberikan penghargaan kepada perusahaan-perusahaan yang telah menunjukkan kualitas unggul, strategis, dan berkelanjutan terhadap program-program CSR, dan merupakan ajang yang akan mendorong keberlanjutan program CSR di Indonesia. Saksikan Anugerah CSR IDX Channel 2021 hanya di IDX Channel.
Welcome back on Market Headlines. At the Jakarta Composite Index intraday movement, earlier today, JCI was open of the level 6,648.13, and then approaching the closing time on the first session, the index was on the level of 6,629.80, and then the index was showing weakening trend by the second session closing time. Index was closed at the level of 6,616.02. And in short, Jakarta Composite Index or JCI went down 0.53%. And next, we're going to see the sectoral movement. Leading the dynamics of today's trading, we got technology sector as the leader of strengthening trend that went up 0.58%. Cyclic went up 0.36%. And we got energy sector as the weakening trend that went down 2.04%. And infrastructure went down 1.13%. And moving on to top gainers and top losers, here are the key highlights from today's trading session. BBYB went up 20.85% to the level of 1,855 rupiah per share. Arto in the top gainers went up 0.81% to the level of 15,625 rupiah per share. BNBA went up 5.23% to the level of 3,020 rupiah per share, and BBKP went up 9.63% to the level of 410 rupiah per share. And from the top gainers, let's see the top losers for today's trading. Bank Rakyat Indonesia went down 1.42% to the level of 4,160 rupiah per share. Bank Sentral Asia went down 0.33% to the level of 7,500 rupiah. ITMG went down 6.98% to the level of 19,325 rupiah per share, and Aneka Tambang or Antam went down 0.42% to the level of 2,390 rupiah per share. And from the top gainers and top losers, here are the intraday movement of rupiah towards US dollar. Open at the level of 14,207. Rupiah was also showing strengthening trend towards US dollar and was closed at the level of 14,182. And in summary, rupiah went up 0.12%. Along with the significant growth of the Sharia capital market, the Indonesia Stock Exchange say that in the last 5 years, the number of Sharia stock investors grew 734%.
IDX Development Director Hassan Fauzi said the Sharia capital market showed its role by recording a significant growth performance. In the last 5 years, the number of Sharia stock investors grew 734%.
Dalam 5 tahun terakhir, jumlah investor syariah telah meningkat lebih dari 734%, dari 12.283 investor pada tahun 2016 menjadi 102.426 investor per September 2021.
Data as of October 2021 shows that the compositions of the Sharia stock market in Indonesia is still quite dominant, with the number of Sharia shares reaching 56.9% of the total shares listed on the Indonesia Stock Exchange. Meanwhile, the Sharia stock market capitalization reached 45.6% of the total stock market capitalizations. IDX Channel reports.
Adi Commuter Property, a subsidiary of Adikarya, plans to hold an initial public offering by issuing 8 billion new shares, or 28.6% of the issued capital after the IPO. This corporate action has the potential to raise funds of up to 1.6 trillion rupiah. Adi Commuter Property President Director Rizkan Firman explained that the company intends to continue to develop integrated housing through the transit-oriented development concept, and he considers this IPO to be the right alternative funding to support the company's business development going forward. The plan is that around 45% of the proceeds from the IPO will be used by the company to develop existing projects and invest in recurring income. Meanwhile, around 35% will be used to acquire new land, and the remaining 20% will be used for refinancing. AKR Corporindo or AKRA has recently announced plans to conduct a 1-to-5 stock split, and to smooth this action, the company will seek approval from its shareholders. AKR Corporindo or AKRA has recently announced plans to conduct a 1-to-5 stock split. Due to this action, the nominal value of the company shares will change to 20 rupiah per share from the previous 100 rupiah per share. Based on a written statement, this action was carried out so that the company's share price in the future becomes more affordable for retail investors, so it is expected to increase the number of company shareholders. In addition, the stock split can also increase the liquidity of the company's stock trading on the Indonesia Stock Exchange. To smooth this action, the company will seek approval from its shareholders at the extraordinary general meeting of shareholders, which will be held on November 20, 2021. IDX Channel reports. And step aside from market condition as the efforts in achieving herd immunity is still going on. Here is an update data about COVID-19 vaccinations in Indonesia. And viewers, the news close our market headlines today. Please enjoy our next program on IDX Channel, Your Trustworthy Economic, Business and Capital Market Channel. And to prevent the spread of COVID-19, always wear a mask and get vaccinated immediately. Masks have been shown to reduce the risk of transmission by 80%, while vaccines minimize the risk of death by 73%. So let's wear a mask and get vaccinated, because masks and vaccines keep us healthy and happy. And I'm Fajar Wayong. Have a nice evening and stay safe.
Buat saya, motivasi terbesar adalah cinta. Karena saya percaya apabila kita fokus kepada cinta, maka apapun yang kita lakukan, perbuatan kita, pikiran kita, tenaga kita, akan menjadi berlipat ganda untuk menjadikan cinta tersebut semakin terjaga. Jadi, apabila Anda ingin mendapatkan motivasi, temukan cinta terbesar, lalu pastikan Anda support cinta tersebut